This is Pam coming to you from Stationery Nerd. Today we're going to talk about this notebook that I picked up at Target, and I think you can see that it's got some beautiful shimmer on the front, and it's got a cloth binding on the spine. This is actually by Designworks Ink, and I did pick it up at Target. It looks like it is designed in the US and printed in China. There are 192 pages, and you know, I buy a lot of notebooks, and this is one that I saw at Target, and I kept passing it by thinking, oh, I don't need another notebook. But then I kept thinking about it, and I kept coming back to it, so I finally just picked it up because I loved it so much. It's got a super thick chipboard cover, and it's raw along the edge, and then on the inside, the end paper is this beautiful pattern paper that looks like a crosshatch fabric or linen type of design. And then the cover is paper with these beautiful flowers, but there's gold accents all around, and the words here are also in the gold foil. So it's nice, elegant style. I haven't taken the sticker off yet, but I really like it. This is one of the things that I kept coming back to on this notebook that I loved so much. The lines on this paper are pink. Oh my word, look at how adorable it is. So this notebook only comes in a lined version, so it's really great if you are a journaler and need something for writing. But it also is great for those of us who like to bullet journal in a lined journal. And one of my first bullet journals was actually a lined journal, so I respect those who also are lined bullet journalers. There's not many of us out there, and I think we often get forgotten. So 192 pages. I don't know exactly what the paperweight on this is, but I believe it's around 100 GSM. Let's take a look at this is my notebook stats or specs spreadsheet that you can download on the website at stationarynerd.com/journals. That's where all 30 of those bullet journals are reviewed, and then you can also download this spreadsheet. So I paid $9 for it at Target. I can't find it anywhere online, so check your local Target. I think there was a couple of different cover styles as well. It is 8.5 by 5 and 5.8, so that makes it true A5 size. And I'm guessing around 100 GSM, maybe a little bit heavier than 100, maybe even up to 110. It feels a lot like the thickness of a Lamome book, but not quite that thick. So that's why I'm guessing at 110. Couldn't find that information at all. So at the top of each one, it's got the subject and the date area, and again in the back it's got these beautiful end papers, and I love that it's a nice thick end paper on both sides, so you've got a nice sandwich of beautiful paper to look at. There is just a note, there's no elastic closure and there's no back pocket, so those are things that are not included that you might be accustomed to with other traditional bullet journals. The ribbon here is a satin ribbon that matches that coral pink color, and it's very beautiful. So let's take a look at a pen test. I did one already in the back, so let's just flip to that page. I also love that it lays flat without any coaxing at all, so super great binding on that. That is a sewn binding with a looks like sewn with a tape binding on the back. So great option. So these are the pens that I used during the pen test. I'm not going to go through every single one for you, but I will list them all below in the description. I just picked a variety of my favorite black pens and then a couple of liquid Sharpie highlighters just to show some of the wettest highlighters that I have as comparison. So these are the ones that I used, and let's take a look at how this came out. I'm super happy with this paper, you guys. It's got a light coating on it, so the pen just kind of flows across the paper very smoothly. There's very little feathering on any of the normal pens. The only feathering that I do see is a little bit on the Pilot Varsity fountain pen, and it's very, very slight. It might actually just be because I was not writing fast enough, I don't know, but it looks really good. So, and I love how the colors pop on this this paper, and the pink lines, I just love them. I'm not even a pink kind of girl, but I just love that the lines are different than normal. So, ghosting, there is, the ghosting is minimal. I would actually call this no ghosting. However, we do have a couple of bleed through problems. So this is that Pilot Varsity fountain pen where the ink was very, very wet. And so we have a little bit of bleed through. And then also on that Bic 730R, which is also a very wet ink, those two super wet inks did not fare so well on this paper. Highlighters are good, tiny little bit of bleed through at the end of that pink one, but really I'm very impressed with this paper. The opacity is in good shape, so it doesn't show a lot of the ink on the other side. So you can get away with a lot of different pens in this notebook. So let's take a look at the color of the paper. It is a light ivory color, and I do want to compare for you just a regular sheet of white copy paper. This is probably the whitest white that you can get, so I wanted to show you how that compares. And also let's take a look at how this compares to some of the other notebooks that you might already be familiar with. So I've got the Leuchtturm 1917, and you can see here that the Designworks is actually a little bit more yellow than even the Leuchtturm, and the Leuchtturm is definitely a yellower kind of paper. And then here we have the Scribbles That Matter, and the Scribbles is very light ivory, so it's very much closer to the white family. But take a look at this color difference, and gives you an idea of where that Designworks falls into the family of paper color. So what do you think of this? Have you seen it in your shopping expeditions at Target? Have you been tempted like me? That shimmer on the front just totally, I don't know, I think that's probably what got me to buy this in the first place, that and the pink lines. So anyway, I'm going to close up for now, and let me know in the comments if you have seen this journal, if you like it, if you're using it, and how you like the paper in here. So otherwise, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you next time. Bye.